Right, the story of Antigone. It starts in ancient Greece, and there is a king called Theseus. Theseus has 4 children. He has 2 sons, Eteocles, Polynices, and 2 daughters, Antigone and Ismene. Now the king gets sick. He gets really, really sick. And he gets so sick that he dies. All of the children cry. They then have to decide who is going to be the new king. Now, unfortunately, girls, it's ancient Greece. You don't get a look in. And so Eteocles and Polynices have a fight. I'm going to be the king. No, I want to be the king. No, I'm going to be the king. No, I'm going to be the king. And they have a big scrap. Eventually, they bring in their armies. And they all have a big fight. During the fight, Polynices dies. Eteocles dies. But the fight continues. On and on and on and on and on. As you can see. Eventually, Creon claims that he has won. And he was on the side of Eteocles. So everybody, now being sick of fighting, goes, all right then, fair enough, and agrees with him. So Creon becomes the new king of Athens. Antigone and Ismene, who are still alive, go and see him, and they say, oh, thank you for sorting this out. Not a problem, says Creon. He then says to them that their brother is going to get a fantastic funeral. He's going to pay for it all. He's going to be paraded around the streets. And even though he wasn't a king, he's going to have a king's burial. And they're like, wow, fantastic. Thanks for that. What about Polynices, though? And Creon says, nope, not going to bury him. He can stay out there and rot for all I care. Because of him, we had a fight. Because of him, lots of people died. So he can stay out on the battlefield and rot. The girls don't think this is fair. And so Antigone says, well, if you're not going to bury him, I'll bury him. And Creon says, no, you won't, because if you bury him, I'll kill you. Can't say fairer than that now, can you? And with that, he makes it a law. He gets a messenger to go around to every village and every town nearby and tell people that if they move the body of Polynices, then he will kill them. Off goes messenger. Very long walk because he hasn't got the internet. Antigone goes round to see Ismene, and she says, I think we need to go and bury our brother. Ismene says, I do as well, but I don't want to die. Antigone says, I don't care. We need to bury him. This isn't fair. And Ismene flat out refuses. She won't do it. Antigone then decides she's going to do it on her own. So Antigone one night goes out and she finds her brother's body, drags it back to the Athens grounds, buries it in a shallow grave, and nothing more is done. Eventually, the messenger comes back and he spots that the body has gone. You know, he's just spent weeks telling people not to move this body. Now all of a sudden the body's gone. So he goes to see Creon. And he says to Creon, that body is gone. And Creon goes, what? The body's gone. What? The body has gone. That body you told me to go and tell everybody not to move, it's gone. And Creon says, great, you've moved it. If you can't prove otherwise and find out who's done it, I'll kill you. So the messenger now has to go around and find out who has moved this body. He goes around and he asks people in town, did you move the body? No, I didn't move the body. Did you move the body? Despite you nodding your head, you say no. Did you move the body? No. You are the body. Did you move the body? Have you asked the sisters Antigone and Ismene? He goes, what a cracking idea. And so he goes round to Ismene's house and he speaks to Ismene first. He says, Ismene, did you move your brother's body? Now, Ismene hasn't moved anything. She refused to because she doesn't want to die. But she also knows that her sister is very stubborn. And so she thinks about this and she goes, in the last couple of weeks, my dad's died, my brother died, my other brother's died, and now they're going to kill my sister. That sucks. And so she decides that she's going to take the blame. And so she says, yes, I moved the body, I buried it. And the messenger's like, woohoo, now I'm not going to get killed. Come with me, please, and we'll take you back to Creon. She agrees to do so, but on the way, they pop into Antigone's house. And the messenger turns to Antigone and says, just so you know, your sister moved your brother's body, the king's going to kill her, I'll see you later. But Antigone says, whoa, hang on a second, I moved the body. Ismene wouldn't have anything to do with it. And Ismene, despite falling over, is still saying that she moved the body. The messenger just goes, well, either way, I'm not going to get killed, so you can both come with me. And he takes them to Creon. Creon speaks to the sisters. And he asks them, did you bury your brother's body? Antigone says, yes, I buried him. Ismene says, yes, I buried him. He asks them if they did it together. And Antigone says, no. Ismene says, no. And the king can't get his head around this because he's like, if you both buried him, but you didn't do it together, one of you is lying. And he can't figure out which one it is that's lying. And so he locks them both in a dungeon. And eventually he lets them out. At which point he asks them again. And he says, did you move your brother's body? And Antigone goes, yes. Ismene says, yes. He says, well, did you do it together? No, I acted on my own, said Antigone. And no, I acted on my own, said Ismene. Once again, he can't get an answer out of them. And so he decides to put them back into the dungeon and he starves them. He doesn't give them any water either. Eventually, he lets them out again. And by this time, they are ravenous. They are really hungry and really thirsty. They are on the edge of life. And so he says to them, did you move your brother's body? Antigone says, yes, I've been telling you, I did it. It was all me, just me. Nobody else helped me with this. And Ismene says, no, I didn't. I just wanted to keep my sister alive despite the fact that she's now fallen over. Creon says, fair enough, but you've been lying to me, so you're now banished from the kingdom. Which, if you think about it, was her dad's kingdom in the first place, which seems a little bit harsh. So Antigone speaks to Creon again. And Creon says, just let me clarify. Did you move your brother's body? And Antigone says, yes. I guess you did it on your own. She says, yes. And then he says, but you knew that I was going to kill whoever moved the body. And she says, yes. But I wasn't about to leave my brother out there to rot. He says, okay, fair enough. Come with me. And he takes her up onto a hillside. He also takes some men with him. And whilst they are there, he says to his men, can you dig a really big hole about here, please? And so they do. They set about digging this hole as they go. They dig a really big hole. And when that's done, Creon speaks to Antigone and he says, just one last time, did you move your brother's body? Antigone says yes. And Creon says, okay then. Knocks Antigone into the hole, turns to his men and says, fill it up then, boys. And Antigone gets buried alive. The end.